am just like dragging, and it's very important to capture your attention within the first 10 seconds of the video. If it isn't going to happen now, it's never going to happen, and I've already lost everybody. How you doing? Welcome. It, of course, is April 9th, Thursday, in the Big 2-6. I'm Hat and Beard. You're an attentive audience. Welcome to the Hat and Beard Show, Mad Hatter Nation. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a great start to this Thursday morning. We got some news and notes from around the league. NFL informs teams it will begin replacement or training of the replacement refs in May. Oh, goody gumdrops. I absolutely love having to pay a insane price for certain streaming services to be able to watch all of the games just to have them toddle out, let's be honest, scab refs. You know what I'm saying? So we'll talk about what Mike Florio has for us on the topic. You guys know I like Mike Florio. Shout out Mike Florio, guys. You know we like Mike Florio around here at the Hat and Beard Show. And then we will be doing some mock draft look-arounds only because I'm just you might as well call it Stan Thursday, all right? We lead off the day with Mike Florio. You guys know I like me some Mike Florio. And then I'm going to kick it on over to ESPN. Not the biggest fan of ESPN. Love me some Peter Schrager, though. I ain't even gonna sit here and pretend to you guys like I ain't a big old fan of Peter Schrager. Though he's not always right. You know, his delivery. The guy's delivery. I just like it. So we will peruse Peter Schrager's mock draft. He did all 32 teams. If you were paying attention, you'll see that I had already perused the article. Oh, based. Peter Schrager. So based. I also don't know. If we look at what Peter Schrager did, which one of you is Peter Schrager in the chat? And also, then we're going to shift it on over, talk about a little 3-1-3 action here for the Detroit Lions. We're going to go A to Z, which means we're talking about Mike Payton, the slipper. But he's got top 3 players the Lions should not draft in the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. Some of these guys are not ready for the NFL, says the slipper. The Lions have to get it right with the 17th pick, and picking on any of these 3 players would not be getting it right. Mike, slipper, bro, did you write this article directly to shit in my hat? It feels kind of personal. We'll get into it. I just want everybody to be prepared. Be prepared. This lesson, it must be shared. I think you're deliberately shots fired across the bow over here from Mike Payton. But we'll discuss who the Slippers got pegged out for the top 3 players the Lions should not draft in the first round of the draft. That makes me very, it is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, even if it's a wrong opinion. And then we're going to go to the DetroitLions.com. Tim 20man, the senior beat writer for the DetroitLions.com NFL draft preview. Well, we did tackles yesterday. Well, I mean, we kind of did tackles yesterday. We talked about the tackle class yesterday. 5 edge rushers that could interest the Detroit Lions. All right, so we've got them basically looking at the 2 hot positions that everyone's kind of circling and saying, yeah, this is the route that we're going to go. At 17, and then if we know anything about Brad Holmes, he's going to do the most confusing shit we've ever seen, although it'll somehow make sense. We're just going to have to think about it for more than 15 seconds, but the proof will be in the pudding. It's going to have to happen this year. It's going to be a rock solid pick. I just absolutely know it, guys. How you doing, Mad Hatter Nation? Yo, what's going on? Morning, Brandy. My mom's hanging out. Rick's here. Brent Supreme. What's up, dude? Yeah, goddamn hippies, dude. Still looks and smells like a hippie. Great for undercover work. Hell yeah, dude. That's exactly it. I know how these people operate because I can blend in with them. I am Peter Schrager's massive ego. Awesome, dude. I love the Fight Club reference. What's up, Mr. Detroit City? Hey, yo, you made it to a live show, bro. I know you're Mr. Busy Guy, dude. I know you should change your name to Mr. Busy Detroit City, bro. I know you'd be busy down there, dude. I'm just glad to see you in the live chat, dude. Hopefully you're having a good day down there in Florida. Yes, it is. I just got one major issue. Those boys have a baby sister. She's ditching her boys to try to keep her daughter. Oh, damn, dude. Damn, Rick. Oh, man. You just got that soap opera, dude. That sucks, bro. That's brutal, dude. That sounds awful shitty, dude. What up, dude? What's up, Motown? How you doing, man? Good morning, everybody. I do want to give a big shout out to all the Mad Hatter Nation over on YouTube. Of course, if you want to engage in the chat over there, you are going to have just a little bit of foreskin in the game. Going to have to go and subscribe to the channel if you want to engage in the chat with the rest of the shenanigans and tomfoolery going on over there. Question. Hey, Brandy, can you do me a solid real quick, sister? Can you look over on Rumble? Is the live chat down on Rumble, or am I just having issues on my end? I'm kind of hoping I'm having issues on my end. You got my hat ready for me yet? Not yet, dude. We are, I talked about that a little bit yesterday. Still dealing with a little. I just don't know when is the right time to do something like that, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's we get them subscribers up around got to get over the 1K mark. Before we can really even start to venture into any type of merch yet stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and on that note, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. right here at YouTube, RumbleandKick.com. Of course, turn that notification bell on because it's going to send you a push notification directly to your phone. Hit the like button, and the number one way you can get this to grow is to share this content around. Hit that share button. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your coworkers, dude. It's the best way to help us grow. What's up, Snake? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. All right, guys. Now that we've done all that stuff and things, we're gonna go ahead and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Appreciate it, Brandy. Thank you so much. It must be on my end that we're having issues with the live chat over at Rumble. So, guys, forgive me if for whatever reason Rumble decides to pop off in the chat, hit some dancing bananas or whatever. I can't see it, so we're gonna just kind of continue to plow ahead, dude. Full steam ahead, batten down the hatches. All hands on deck. Let's go. NFL informs teams it will begin training replacement officials in May. Goody gumdrops. I can't wait for that. Neither can you. Fail Mary 2 is coming. Unless, of course, the NFL and NFL Referees Association reach a new labor deal before week 1. All right, guys, so real quick, just see this one right here? This is your wishing hand, and this right here, this is your shitting hand. And you can go ahead and wish in this one and shit in this one and see which one fills up faster as far as this is going to happen, because, why do referees got to be such dickhead divas, bro? It's not news that the NFL plans to begin training replacement officials next month. It is news that the NFL has officially informed all 32 teams that it will begin training replacement officials next month. Tom Pelissaro of the NFL Network, the league, sent a memo explaining that the training will commence with the goal of starting team visits as of June 1st if no new CBA is negotiated before the current one expires on May 31st. The memo notes that the NFL will seek feedback from the teams as to the performance of the replacements throughout the offseason as the NFL finalizes its roster of officials for training camp and the preseason. Per the report, the NFL has required all teams to submit OTA and minicamp schedules by April 22nd, so that league can assign replacements to those sessions as of June 1st. I can't wait for April 22nd. April 22nd will mean that I will be 2 days into my vacation, and we will be ever so close to the draft. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie, yo. I'm barely making it, dude. I am like, You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Vern? While communication with the team is inevitable, there's a PR element to this. The NFL wants to put pressure on the NFLRA to do a deal before the NFL starts spending money on training of replacements. Oh, fiddlesticks, because, the budget is ever so tight. Yeah, you really got to... Oh, shit, guys, we're going to have to tighten our belts down. We're going to have to pay a little bit of money to replacement officials. I don't know how we're going to turn profit. We're going to have to... we don't want to spend that. Do you have any idea what kind of money that's going to cost us? We're a multi-billion-dollar industry. You know what I'm saying? It's going to cost a lot of money. Fuck off, dude. Jesus Christ. As explained last week, the NFL will make guaranteed payments for the training period of up to $120,000 per official. And at a minimum of $50,000 per official. I am such a fucking poor, dude. The league has previously let it be known that when the training process commences, it will become more difficult to reach a deal with the regular officials. Oh, yes. It'd be a pity if you didn't get a contract negotiated by then because, then we might have to, I don't know, man. The season's going to be underway. It'll be pretty hard to negotiate a deal. You're going to want to go ahead and get this contract negotiated now before the season gets underway, because I don't know, man. It'd be a shame if something happened mid-season if we're not able to negotiate. I mean, you want to go ahead and get this deal through. I'm in construction. I'm in construction. Whether it's a huffing or puffing, or whether the league intends to blow the NFLRA's house down. Well, the NFL can blow something. We know how this can go. Because 14 years ago, it went south. Well, it really blew something south. Culminating in the Monday night debacle between the Packers and the Sea Chickens. Obviously, when you go through something like this, it's painful for everybody, Commissioner Roger Goodell said after the 3-week misadventure with replacement officials ended in 2012. Most importantly, it's painful for fans. We're sorry to have to put fans through that. Sometimes you have to go through something like that in the short term for the right agreement for the long term. Yes, that's right. This hurts me a lot more than it hurts you, as Roger Goodell just said. I have to punish you, and it hurts me more than it hurts you to be punished like this. I assure you that the millions of eyeballs in my bank account just continuously growing as we refuse to ever not turn a profit in the NFL. I assure you, the consumer who is giving me your dollary dues in exchange for your time and energy, this hurts me a lot more than it hurts you, the consumer of the product. Yes, I assure you, this is for the better. This is for the better. Dude, Roger Goodell's such a fucking dildo, man. He's such a butthole, dude. The stakes are much higher this time, thanks to the legalized gambling and the suspicions that the league's embraces of it, or the league's embrace of it creates. Boy, I'm stumbling. Oh, and the NFL seems to be willing to play Russian roulette with the integrity of the game and with the integrity of the wagers on the game. Now, just totally had a little conspiracy. I'm just some of the interdimensional shape-shifting child molesters that are trying to take over the world might have told me in a dream. We don't know now, but we know. All right, Mommy Sleuth came to me in a dream. Do you think that maybe now, guys? Some of you longtime viewers know that I used to watch the UFL like regularly. Did you know the season's even going on? Where's all the advertisement? Where are literally the tailored ads on my TV? You get them all the time. It isn't a coinky-dink, dude. What you're shopping for, you're being advertised for. It is simple data collection, right? So why is the UFL, why am I not being bombarded at least every couple of ad cycles? Why am I not getting a UFL ad? I think there might be a little bit of leverage that the NFL is putting their thumb on the scale, forcing the UFL to fail so that there isn't an alternative for consumers so they can continue to bully the NFL Referees Association into a contract. They can continue to bully the consumer of football saying, well, where else are you going to go? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that this is an actual thing. This is this connection, I think, is on par with the idea of the Lions trading Sam Laporta. It ain't going to happen, but it's a fun thought exercise. You know what I'm saying? But I do got to admit, I like this line. I really like this line. The NFL seems to be willing to play Russian roulette with the integrity of the game and with the integrity of the wagers on the game. Dude, that is a very powerful statement. The NFL seems willing to play Russian roulette with the integrity of the game. Yeah. Yeah, Mike Florio. That is... Yeah. You couldn't be more on point with that statement, my guy. And, like, to know you have such a dominance on a market that you can willingly now twice in a 30-year span willingly destroy the trust and integrity that your consumers have with your product because you know that there is no other place to go. Seems kind of shitty, dude. Seems kind of shitty. Seems kind of, I'm not going to say a monopoly, but like, I don't know, man. A strong exercise of the market. How's that? We'll just call it a strong exercise of the market. How we feeling, Mad Hatter Nation, dude? Dude, what's up, Kane? Hi. Oh shit, Kane. They sending you $7,000 now, bro. Good shit, man. Good shit. My concern for their well-being, that woman is not even half there. I mean, Rick, you gotta, what's up, Derek? You gotta fight, dude. You gotta fight if you gotta fight, dude. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Beantown? Holy shit, man. Baseball is gonna have full-time robot umps in 3 years. The robots have proven they are ready. You know, dude, and I'm not trying to be like a clanker guy, which shout out my Twitter. I showcased a very interesting engagement that I had with ChatGPT. Apparently, according to ChatGPT, you guys can find it on my Twitter. ChatGPT says that the word clanker is offensive to black people. It's literally ChatGPT told me that the word clankers is a derogatory slur for black people. I can't say on YouTube the next series of questions that I asked ChatGPT, but yeah. Oh shit, yeah, dude. No, Brent, you are 100%. The UFL is better than the NBA. I don't have to prove you wrong. I just simply go, yes, my lord. I completely agree with you, dude. I gave up on the UFL when they got rid of the, Snake, dude. I have to agree with you, bro. That was the final nail for me, dude. I was really trying to help the UFL every way I could, dude. But when they pulled the Panthers, dude, I was like, fuck it. I have no reason to give my time to a product. And the bitch of it was the Michigan Panthers were one of the only teams that had a net positive on the league. And they pulled the Panthers from Michigan because it was too expensive to rent out Ford Field. And I'm like, okay, go to Western Michigan. Go to Eastern Michigan. Fucking figure it out, because the people in Michigan, I know it seems weird. People in Michigan like sports, dude. People in Michigan like football, okay? People in Michigan liked having a spring product that we could watch. There are guys, more than just me, in this state that were like, hell fucking yeah, let's go. Let's go, big leg Jake Bates. You know what I'm saying? I like the concept. I like the story. I like the redemption arc of the UFL. But when you don't put a team in my market, when you don't put a team in my state, when you pull the team from me, right? When you give me a product that I can root and get behind, and then you pull it from me, fuck you to the moon. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like GFC. You know, why would I fucking support? I would fuck it, dude. I would rather watch reruns of Friends than watch the UFL at this point if you're not going to give me a product in my market. You know what I'm saying? It just irritates me. So that's when I bailed on him too, Snake. I was like, I don't have time. I ain't got time. I got infinitely better things to do, dude. I can go to the range. I can fucking clean my gun. I can fucking work in the yard. You know what I'm saying, dude? I think the NFL likes being some level of controversy. You know what, dude? With officiating, because it keeps people engaged to talk about the NFL. Yes, Snake, 100%. You are completely correct with that. That harkens back to the NFL is an entertainment industry. It's not a sports industry. It is an entertainment industry. Think back. Okay, now granted, I was a lot younger. But if you guys can remember pre-NFL Network, the NFL had one season. Dorks watched the draft, right? Now look at it, dude. The NFL draft is an actual event that people go to. They've turned it into a Ringling Brothers traveling circus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to, sit there and say, keep things the way that they were. But there was a little bit of ceremony, a little bit of like tradition between, going to Radio City Music Hall. Everything was, ceremoniously kind of the same, Now, I do like that it brings, my understanding is that it brought quite a bit of cash revenue to Detroit when the draft was here. I do think it's cool. But if you look at the spectacle that it is now versus what it was 30 years ago, the NFL has now saturated the market. The NFL is a 365-day machine. We have football games in July being televised. We have pay-per-view football games on Christmas, and we all give our money to a product on multiple levels, Netflix and the NFL, that we know is subpar for the product and price point that we're paying for the day, our time, and the time that we were sacrificing on that day. Does any of this make sense? Knock on wood if you're with me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just turning into professional wrestling. Kane, preach, bro. Yes. At this point, make money from gambling. Seems like the Lions front office has known this for a while and is just concerned with making money. You're probably not wrong, dude. Hey, Brandy, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and pin that. Shout out, Brandy. She's dropped my Twitter. Appreciate that, sister. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a little bit more open with my vernacular on Twitter. I don't fucking care, dude. Your words mean nothing to me. I've seen what make you people cheer. Your boos mean nothing. Use Grok, not ChatGPT. Yeah. So Brent, here's the thing, dude. 100%. I am working to move off of ChatGPT. The problem is that I have such familiarity with ChatGPT. I also pay for ChatGPT. That it feels I'm kind of focusing on my vacation week during the draft to do a lot of implementation and changeover. So like what I really want to do, one, I don't really understand Grok so well. Grok is okay from my understanding. I really want to start using OpenClaw, or is it OpenClaude? Claude, right? That can access the OpenBit or whatever the hell it is, where people design like assistants that you can utilize, you know what I'm saying? So I think that Claude would be a little bit more tailored to what I'm trying to do as far as all right, so I'm gonna be full disclosure, guys. I utilize ChatGPT. I have my prompt pretty much tailored down to it is effectively a production assistant for the show. You know what I'm saying? Like I utilize that as a production assistant. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm kind of looking to do is see if I can find some way to exercise and utilize Claude for multiple roles within a production studio, if that makes sense. So like what I'd like to do is like have like a couple of separate AI assistants tailored to very specific roles within Claude. Does that make sense? Am I misinterpreting what Claude can be used for? I am very much a Luddite. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why the NFL wouldn't watch the UFL. Seems like their best interest to get some fan. Dude, Derek, I completely agree with you, bro. And I said it last year that the one thing that the UFL that is holding the UFL back from being successful is the NFL needs to get behind it. And I don't mean fully fucking float it like the NBA does with the WNBA. I mean, you just need to acknowledge its existence. Tip of the hat. Hey, maybe say, we are implementing, we're going to try these new rules, as was experimented with. Utilize the UFL as a training grounds for new tech, new rule applications, new and innovating ways to evolve the game at a subtle but impactful way that further polishes the product. It's all about the final product. If we're going to be an entertainment venue, we need to provide a good product to the consumer. For fuck's sake, it's the consumer and their goodwill who willingly gives us their money. Eventually, they're going to turn on you. Eventually, they're going to say, enough is enough, Bud Light. Get fucked. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the UFL will never take market share from the NFL. And that's the thing, dude. They don't even play in the same, like, they don't even, like, it's spring. It's spring ball for a reason. It is tailored to the hardcore NFL fans, the football fanatics, the freaks like me who are like, fuck yeah, dude. Spring ball all day. Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers. Your names are whack as hell, but let's get behind it. You know what I'm saying, dude? But nope. The NFL doesn't want to support it, doesn't want to endorse it, doesn't want to get behind it, doesn't want to just continue to make money through other avenues. They just say, nope, our way is the best. The Shield is the avenue. We view you probably as a competition. Ultimately, they view it probably as a competition, which is a massive blunder by the NFL, in my opinion. Detroit's not the only city in Michigan they didn't have to use Ford Field. Exactly, Rick. And that's what I was saying, dude. There's Western Michigan, there's Eastern Michigan. Hell, dude, there's East Lansing, there's Ann Arbor. Dude, I'm sure that there are Division III schools you could go to. All of that. You know what I'm saying? Albion. All these places. And yet, nope, because Michigan is a failed state. Holy shit, look at that goose. God damn, it was a big fucker. Michigan is a failed state. It's a neglected market. We are flyover, rusted over, forgotten, only important every 4 years when we got to maintain the blue wall. Bunch of fucking douchebags, dude. Michigan's only relevant. Like, think about this, dude. I knew Michigan wasn't important when you would always hear about, oh no, there's a blizzard in New York City. Brr, people are cold. And it's like, okay, yeah. There was a trailer park down the way that had 47 people fucking die. And they're just like, what is Michigan? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, that's just how it's always going to be, dude. We're just worthless in the eyes of the nation, dude. There's probably some big high school stadiums that could have Yeah, dude, UFL pulled the games that would have looked more full. Dude, bro, what's up, Carrie? Snake, dude, you're not even wrong, dude. They could go to some of the bigger high school stadiums, you know, and the visuals of it. Not only are you pumping a ton of money into the school or the district or whatever that level or so hypothetically, they could just directly infuse that cash into MSHAA. You know what I mean? Michigan MHSAA. Sorry. There's a ton of ways that it could have been wildly beneficial for all parties involved. You know what I'm saying? But nope. They just say, go fuck yourselves. We don't want you here. Go away. You know what I'm saying? So Peter Schrager's got our mock drafts up here. We're not going to get too deep into it because I kind of got ranting and raving. I do, though. I got to admit, I don't know if we've seen it too often, but he's got David Bailey going to the Jets at 2. So that kind of fun here. Also Tennessee. We've been seeing this more and more of Jeremiah Love going all the way as high as 4 to the Titans. And although I'm not the biggest, I am a Titans fan. I think their uniforms are incredibly gay now. And I haven't been following them as much as I say do the Lions. I am still a Titans fan from way back in the day. I've been saying, guys, that you need to pair a 3-down all-purpose running back, a young one, with Cam Ward, and it's going to take a lot of pressure off of him. Tennessee is just a few plays. I don't think they make the jump this year. They can be competitive. I've said they can be competitive. They could be. When you look at the South, if Houston takes any type of a step back, Jacksonville, I don't know, man. I won't believe Jacksonville is real until Jacksonville proves it multiple years in a row. You know what I'm saying? I think Tennessee could be a little sneaky, right? If they do really well in this draft under Robert Saleh, you could see Tennessee sneakily with like a 9-win record win the AFC South. Okay, I'm not gonna like plant my flag on that, right? But I am going to very vaguely, Nostradamusly, in the most vague terms possible, so that I look like a genius at the end of the year. There is a possibility that if-then statement, the Titans could win the South. There, see? The Giants grabbing Mayuga at 5 can also throw a big monkey wrench in it, and this is what you love to see. Right here. The Brown Eyes taking Fano off of everybody's hands. Taking the short arms off our hands at 6. Gosh, you love to see it. Maybe, if Peter Schrager, are you watching Hat and Beard? Because we've been saying for this whole week We need to do everything we can to get Monroe Freeling to fall out of the 6th spot. But hey, maybe Sonny Styles, Ruben Bain, Tyson Delane, Tate, Downs, Lemon, Sadiq, McCoy, Cooper Jr., and then I think he's watching our draft. Peter Schrager's in the chat. I'm not sure there's a more Dan Campbell player in this draft than I own. He's a 6'4", 320 pounds, and he plays with a mean streak. Ione didn't give up a single sack and was an All-American last season at Penn State. Nice fit on the interior for the Detroit Lions line. Hell yes, dude. Did we not just take Big O for our Big O line? Let's look at his highlights. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. Look at him. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, do you see how oh my gosh. Fellers. Can we go bit by bit? Oh my gosh. Okay. Just quickly. Do you see how my guy... Oh. You've heard me say it many, 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 many times. You got to get your hat on a man. Do you see this fundamentally sound football? My guy has not only his hat on a man, not only does he have his hat across the frame of his entire man, he's got his hips turned and he's running his man completely out of the play. That's not where I get excited. That is fundamentally sound football. That's what you need to see out of every player. Where I get excited about is watch this. Watch the fluidity. Watch him flip his hips. Oh, come on. Oh. Watch it. Come. See how he's okay. He already had crossed his man. Look at how he has his man off Look how he has his man off balance right here. So he's got his man off balance on his inside foot, hips completely turned, shoulders are no longer parallel with the line of scrimmage. You've been completely defeated. Not only that, but Ione has completely crossed his man, been able to turn his entire body. He's disengaged, extending his long arms, so his man is completely off of him. And you notice here he's already turning his hips to set the wall so that you can have a perfect cutback zone for the block. Oh my gosh, talk about sealing the back end. You see the wall right here? Do you see the wall of offensive linemen? This is a perfect zone scheme right here. Oh my gosh, I get so excited. I get so excited over perfect execution of zone scheme. Oh my god, this is beautiful. This is fucking poetry. Oh my god, this is poetry right here. So he's already disengaged. He's completely defeated his man in every aspect other than a pancake. He's turned him. His shoulders are it couldn't be more opposite of parallel with the line of scrimmage. Disengaged, full frame across the man, fully faced, and his hips are already turning. Watch him flip his hips. Whoopsie! Look at that. Oh, and he's turned his man, flipped his hips, and already reset himself. Now, I will be honest, you're in a bit of a bad position here. If the defensive end had a little bit more mass, or you're going up against, say, a 320-pound tackle, you might have a little bit of a struggle here because you've engaged yourself in a way where your frame isn't stable or structurally sound. You're a little bit narrow. However, the power up here, the upper body strength to continue to roll his man away. Oh, look at that wall. Look at this. Look at this. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? Oh, my God, boys. Boys. Oh, boys. Do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see the lane? Do you see the Mansour Delane? Oh, my goodness gracious, fellas. Whoopsie. Woo-hoo. Can go whatever way I want. See ya. Oh, he ran into the tackler like a dipshit. But do you see the lane that was there? That's all on the running back. That could have been a much easier run for him if he'd have had better ball. Look at that. Look at this lane right here. Go to your left. Quit. Oh, God. Oh. Ah. There he is. Look at him. Look at that build. Oh. Oh my gosh, did you see the step? Guys, okay. I get so excited over the fundamentals. Oh my gosh, boys and girls. My camera's getting bananas. My camera's gone bananas. Guys, watch this. I want you to pay attention, and I want you to count how many steps he takes in this 1 yard box. Okay, so Ion's going to come down to his right, and he's going to pick up the one technique right here, who is on the outside shade of the center. Count his steps. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 100 million steps. He took 100 million steps right there. That, ladies and gentlemen, that, you cannot beat that. Period. He took 100 million steps. Let's watch it again. Count them with me. Count them with me. Ready? 100 million. Holy crap. Whoa! Damn, fellas. He took 100 million steps right there. Did you count it? Should we count it one more time? Oh, my gosh. Woo! Woo! Ooh, boys. Watch this. Right. And 100 million. Oh, my God. Woo! Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. All right, hang on. We got to count the good with the bad. Okay. So here we see him engaged with the defensive tackle. Traditionally a little bit bigger body, probably a little bit more low-end torque, maybe a little bit more strength than the defensive end we've seen him matched up with in the last clip. All right, so here we go. Not only has he slid over, engaged his man, latched on pretty well. So you see the entire slide protection is moving to the right, okay? Now we're going to take a step. He's still engaged with his man. Good, actual, real sound foundationary build here. That back step isn't too deep, so he's still fundamentally sound, can utilize his lower end here without engaging too much of his upper body. You see combat right here, right? Good mauling, walling. So, and then the defensive end is going to make a little bit of a move here, all right? A little bit of a maneuver here to try and get Ione off balance here. He's going to utilize a little bit of strength to kind of tip his end, but watch Ione recorrect with just massive amounts of upper body strength here. All right, let's get back here to bam, and then we're going to go bam. All right, here he comes. Here he comes. He's like, all right, I got an edge here. By all accounts, this line has worked perfectly. It's pushed everybody to the right-hand side. The quarterback has all day over here. Look at the wide receivers and look at the lane he has to scramble out of if he wants. This is perfect execution right here. This is perfect. This is, holy shit, man. That is, oh, wow, wee-wah. And looks, yeah, the defense is clearly in a zone. Crushing it. Look, and then look at Ione. He's gonna then take his man's momentum and utilize it against him. He's going to say, okay, you're going to try and beat me with speed. I'm just going to lay on you. And down you go. And down you go. All right, let's watch it in full speed. 1 million. And down you go. All right. Let's see some athleticism out of the big fella. Boom! Boom! Oh! All right. This is what you love to see. This is what you love to see. Now, theoretically, all right, this is good field awareness by our guy here. Theoretically, you're going to want, look, you won. You've won. You've completely won. Get your ass upfield, right? Get your ass upfield. Try and pick up and engage on the back side of the second level here if you can. If not, you and your offensive lineman brothers here are creating a massive wall that if the running back needs to, can cut back. However, we are, at the 18 and a half yard line. Good field awareness. You can get away with this, kind of picking on your man, and who knows, maybe we have a little bit of a vendetta to settle from early on, but he's going to come over here and just absolutely light boy up here. Boom! And then he says, no, stay down, bitch. I don't like you very much. Ha-ha! You're welcome. Ha-ha! 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 Sorry, guys. I get very excited over offensive line play. Sorry, guys. Oh, what's up, Dad? How you doing? Having the American flag and some coffee. That's what's up. That's what's up. I only counted 1.2 gigawatts. Got any video of him pulling the block? Just a little bit there. Jack, that was just video I found, or that they had on the ESPN article here under Peter Schrager taking Ione at 17 for the Lions. I get very excited. The steps. Did you guys see the steps? The base, the foundation. All right. We have to take Ione. Am I pronouncing that right? Am I pronouncing that right? That's my guy right now. Woo! Woo! Boys. Jeez Louise. That's a bad man right there. That's a bad man right there. That is a bad man. I'm telling you, this offensive line class has some sneaky bad mamma jammas in it, dude. Some sneaky bad mamma jammas. All right, so let's talk about some prospects that the Slipper is over here thinking that we should fade. Oh, well, of course. Which one of you is Mike Payton? Just call him Vega. Right on. That's way easier. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. I struggle with his first name and last name. I'm just gonna call him Vega. Yeah. No. I'm gonna call him Vegeta. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Let's go. Bring the Saiyan Prince. Bring the Saiyan Prince to Detroit. Let's go, dude. Yes. Woo. All right, so number one here, the Slipper says we need to fade Monroe Freeling. Why? Why, dude? Why? What, dude? Why? What have I ever done to you, Mike Payton? What have I ever done to you, bro? Huh? I hype you up. I read your article. I fucking retweet your live shows, man. Come on, bro. Why you got to be like this, dude? Look, I get what everyone likes about this guy. He's got an impressive frame and the athleticism. But what he also has is a way to go before he's a starter in the NFL. Lions fans didn't want to wait for Giovanni Manu. Well, Freeling is like Manu, plus there's way more upside, but you have to wait for that upside. And that's if you even achieve it. The Lions might not need a tackle who can start right away, but they'll probably want one who can start in 2027. I'm not so sure Freeling can do that. I will agree that he has the highest ceiling of any tackle prospect in this draft. If the Lions were a rebuilding team, I'd say go for it. But if this is a team that wants to win it all as soon as possible, and they're a best player available team, Freeling is not the best player at 17. But he could be. Keldrick Falk, why? Why, dude? Why? 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 Why you like this, dude? Here's the thing. Falk is actually right up the Lions' alley in terms of what he brings to the table. He's a very good run-stopping edge. The Lions love that. But he is really hit or miss in the pass rush game. But that's not important to us. For a team that needs that, but that's not what we need. Taking Falk at 17 is basically just grabbing a slightly better version of the one-year rental, DJ Wanham, and a healthy version of Marcus Davenport. Well, that's not that hard to do. All of my deceased relatives are healthier than Marcus Davenport. Now, if Falk were to maybe fall to the second round, then I would say go all in on him. 17 is just too high. Take the athletic Dane Burglar's words from the beast into account. Okay. And then finally, Caleb Banks, our corn pop thumbnail guy. Shout out Brandy Coffee. She picked up on that fucker right out the rip, dude. Right out the rip, man. I was making the thumbnail and I heavy emphasis that he's a bad dude. That's what it's like. Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran around with a bunch of bad dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, maybe we need to fade Caleb Banks. He's not I was just saying the Lions are one of the teams that had Banks in for the top 30 after he re-aggravated his foot injury at the NFL Combine. Look, there is no doubt that Banks is a first-round talent. If he were fully healthy, he'd go in the first round for sure, and I'd bet money on it. But he isn't. My suspicion that the Lions are doing the same thing as every other team is doing and getting a look at the medicals and hoping he falls to them in the second round. If the Lions took him at 50, it's a giant steal. Banks, Tyleik Williams, and Aleem McNeil are tough. But if they take him at 17, it's a giant mistake. Yes, I agree. I'm sorry, but yeah, I completely agree. That would be the most Brad Holmesian thing to do. Oh my gosh. I would rather take hurt foot guy Fat Braylon Edwards over Caleb Banks in the first round, dude. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh, fellers, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Keldrick Falk is the ultimate locker room guy like Hutch. Is he? Brent? Are you just saying that because you know how much of a crush I have on Keldrick Falk, dude? Are you just saying what I want to hear, dude? Are you just trying to further get me hype on a 20-year-old defensive end who has all of the run-stopping pedigree of an NFL defensive end who can polish up his pass rushing skill set, even though that's not what we need him to do right off the rip? You're telling me that he's also a locker room guy like Aiden Hutchinson? Are you just saying what I want to hear? Imagine him in the big end in the system, but he is hurt. Gotcha. And that's what I was wondering, Brent, is like if we do get Banks, is he kind of projected to be that Levi Onwuzurike tweener defensive tackle, defensive end type, that big fat bookend that we want? You know what I'm saying? Which again, I don't have a problem. I agree with the slipper here. I don't have a problem with Banks at 50, right? If we address, like, okay. If we get Vega at 17 and Banks at 50, how do we feel? And now that's saying that there's no good defensive ends or tackles. You know what I'm saying? At 20. And I don't mean good. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You guys know what I'm saying. It's like, okay, if we're staring down the barrel of Anthony Lucas in the second round or Caleb Banks in the second round. I know those are very wild fucking ends of the spectrum here. Not a tweener. Oh, okay, gotcha. He's 320. Yeah, that is not a tweener. And dude, okay, all right. So Brent, shout out Brent Supreme. That answers my question. Which one of these is Caleb Banks? Is that the same guy? Is these two pictures the same guy? Cause what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Is that the same guy, man? Holy shit, man. Banks moves like a D end at 320. Nice. All right. So is he Caden Proctor of the defensive tackle class? Is that what I'm picking up? Or is he not as smart as Caden Proctor? Let's take a... Oh, yeah, we got... Oh, hell yeah, dude. Man, guys. You see, the trick was... I had to stop trying to do 5 stories in an hour. 4. If we do 4 stories, if I do four stories for you guys, I can tend to get through it in about the hour. But man, Rumble is really fucking up today, huh? There's some serious issues over on Rumble. Still can't get the live chat over on my test screen. Well, that's whack. That's whack. Shout out. Knock on wood if you're with me, man. Rumble though is cool. Come on, guys. We got to give Rumble some love over there. Excuse me. So the NFL draft preview, 5 edge rushers that could interest the Lions. Tim 20-man is here for us. The Detroit Lions have one of the elite pass rushers in the NFL in Aiden Hutchinson, but teams can never get too many good pass rushers, and the Lions should still be looking to add a group that includes signed veterans DJ Wonnum and Peyton Turner, returning veteran Levi Onwuzurike, and second-year pass rusher Ahmed, the Egyptian magician, the Hammer! Hassanin need to move him to fullback. Detroit could look to add a group via this month's NFL draft. And the remaining waves of free agency when it comes to adding via the draft, this year's class of edge rushers is one of the deepest in recent history. NFL media analyst and former scout Daniel Jeremiah said in a recent national conference call, this class is so deep, teams will be able to find immediate help all the way in the early parts of day 3 of the draft. Detroit currently has 4 picks in the first 4 rounds, 17, 50, 118, and 128. We still have work to do. There's no secret there, Dan Campbell said at last week's league meetings. When talking about the defense, Campbell sees Onwuzurike playing the big end role in base defense at the 5 or 4 technique, but he can also kick inside to the 3 technique and maybe even see some snaps opposite Hutchinson in the nickel. Him staying healthy after missing all last year with a torn ACL is going to be a big factor in what that role can carve out. I'm not so much worried about Levi Onwuzurike recovering from an ACL as I am the career history of his back, man. That's what concerns me more, dude. Wonnum is a rush end. He's the player the Lions plan to put opposite Hutchinson in a true 4 down. He's not like the big end in base that gets over a tackle with linebacker Derek Barnes outside of him, Campbell said of Wonnum. The guy plays the run. He's tough. He's physical. He's smart. He's versatile, and he can get an edge every once in a while. Let's talk about the class, edge draft class strength, depth, is an extremely deep group. There are 10 edge rushers with first-round grades and 25 total players with grades in the first 4 rounds by NFL Draft Scout. Jeremiah lists 10 edge rushers among his latest list of the top 50 players available. So 1/5 of the class, according to Daniel Jeremiah, in the top 50. 1/5 of the top end is defensive ends. Right now we got Hutch, Wanham, Alonzo Turner, and the Egyptian magician himself, the Hamid Hassanin. Lions edge rusher draft priority is high. The Lions have 5 edge rushers currently on the roster, but always looking to add depth and competition to that position. Adding younger talent to the defense has been a priority for the defense this offseason. The Lions haven't selected an edge rusher in the first 2 days of the draft since taking Hutch in the first round, number 2 overall, and Josh Buttsmell in the second round, number 46 in the 2022 NFL Draft. This is such a deep and versatile edge class that the best available could match up with need for General Manager Brad Holmes at some point early in this draft. 5 edge rushers who could fit the Lions. Reuben Bain, I'm not going to read it because he's not going to get to us. Akeem Mesnor, we've talked about him ad nauseum. You guys know him. Hurt foot guy, fat Braylon Edwards, 25-year-old rookie. TJ Parker. TJ Parker is a guy that we briefly talked about very early on in the draft process. And, I don't know why, but I don't ever see any hype around him to the point where kind of forgot he was even a prospect, if you know what I'm saying. That's no slight against him. That is purely a deficiency on my part. TJ Parker is a 6'4", 263 pounds, 4'6", 840 defensive end. Parker has the kind of size the Lions look to deploy opposite Hutch at the big end, while also possessing the versatility to slide inside. He's a powerful player on the edge with 29 tackles for a loss and 16 sacks last 2 seasons combined. He turned some heads with his performance at the Senior Bowl. Malachi Lawrence out of UCF, we've talked about him a little bit, 6'4", 253 with a 4'5", 240. Terrific combination of size, length, and explosiveness. He's got terrific athletic traits, and his burst and chase speed jump out. Lawrence recorded 27.5 tackles for a loss and 19.5 sacks over the last 3 seasons. And finally, much to the dismay of the slipper in our previous article, Keldrick Folk out of Auburn, 6'6", 276 pounds, running a 4.67 40-yard dash at his pro day. Keldrick Folk. Folk has the NFL frame and played up and down Auburn's defensive front. He's just 20 years old with a very high ceiling. He comes into the league with a nice toolbox of pass rush moves and is strong against the run. And according to our insider beat reporter, Brent Supreme, also quite a locker room guy. Let's go ahead and we got a few minutes here. Took ownership of the team's unity and focus following the firing of head coach Hugh Freeze. As a captain, Folk emphasized responsibility, motivation, and keeping the team together during turbulent times. Jesus Christ. Folk expressed personal responsibility for the team's performance and morale during the final stretch of the season. His leadership style, he acts as a servant leader, focusing on keeping the locker room together and motivating younger players. Stability amid change following the firing of Hugh Freeze in 25, Folk was instrumental in uniting the players alongside teammates like Champ, Jeremiah, and Connor. His character is described as a motivated player who ensures the team continues to fight and stay focused despite losses. Further exploration, watch Keldrick Folk discussing the team's mindset after coaching changes. Read the article from Alabama.com regarding leadership approach 25 and see social media Folk where Folk shares his thoughts on new coaching staff. That's what you like to see, dude. What do we got here? What do we got here, huh?
I lost my voice over the weekend.
You're good. Kerr, I know you've always been a leader for this team.
Yeah.
How much?
Doesn't he already look like he's at Allen Park?
More important do you think it is now? Coaching change, all that stuff. Do you feel like, hey, you need to be that voice that kind of continues to be heard?
I feel like with the guys we got on staff, with the guys we got in this locker room, I feel like we've been through so much adversity. I feel like this, we just take it day by day, man. And I'm always lead, but man, I don't feel like I have to be that over the top leader. I have to have my voice heard every day, every second. So my guys know the message. We still here to compete, and we still here to finish the season out strong.
What was kind of the player reaction to Coach Dirk
I mean, it was a lot of excitement, man. Like, everybody, we love Dirk. Everybody thinks a lot of Dirk, and so, man, he's a great guy, great motivator and a great teacher. So, it was just a lot of excitement.
God damn, he is soft spoken. I can't hear a damn thing, fella. I can't hear a damn thing he was saying. My guy is so soft spoken. He sounds like goddamn Jalen Hurts, dude. Yeah, so he needs to go to the Jalen Hurts class of PR talk, dude, where he can learn to speak in Instagram quotes, you guys. We got about 4 minutes left of the show. I like to kind of dedicate the back end of the show here, last few minutes, to Mad Hatter Nation. So get your chats in. Let me know what's going on. Now, Banks moves like a DN. Banks reminds me of a hurt Chris Jones. Damn, Brent! That's a hell of a fucking comp, dude. If the Lions don't get a starting offensive tackle in the draft, Goff might just retire. Oh, Jack, you have no faith in Borum, huh? You don't have no faith in Larry Borum? Come on, man. He played pretty well down the stretch last year for the Fish. It could be just a fluke, but I'd like to hope that it's not. And for all we know, Giovanni Manu could just be a fucking freak waiting to be unleashed upon the league, dude. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to go offensive tackle. I'm just right now, I'm all right. I am one of those people who would like to have another defensive end opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Okay? I don't pound my fist and beat on the table and scream about it from the rooftops like some other people. But if you really wanted to make Hat and Beard happy, yeah, I want a flashy defensive end. I want a big, shiny new defensive end opposite Aiden Hutchinson. And I want that defensive end to be a Keldrick Folk, right? Now, I also really like Monroe Freeling. I like Ione or Vega, what he brings, right? If you draft Vega, you're getting a boost to the offensive line, but it ain't tackle. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys recall, I haven't talked about it much, but we are forgetting that Miles Frazier did play tackle in college, right? Now, I have kind of said that there is a very distinct possibility that you already have your starting right tackle competing with one another in Manu and Frazier, right? And Borum is just there to coach him up. That could be a possibility. I'm not saying that's the reality. I'm just saying that's a possibility. We don't know. I'm not there. I don't get to see what Hank Fraley sees. You know what I'm saying? I get where people are at with the offensive tackle. I do. I really do. I understand that. I get the thought process on how people get there. I don't think the numbers necessarily support our offensive line taking the biggest step back that everyone feels like they took last year. And I think that we are overvaluing what Titty Decker brought to the table. I think we will be completely fine. I think that you are getting, at the very least, an equal replacement with Taylor Decker in Larry Borum, if not a slightly better replacement, because you're moving Penne over to the left side and Borum's going to be able to play the right side better than Decker could play the left side. Does that make sense? I would love it if, somehow I am right, and we go Vega at 17 and Falk slides to 50 somehow, which ain't never going to happen. I would love it if somehow the plan is that Manu comes in and just absolutely crushes it at the right tackle, or Frazier. I'd love it, or even Larry Borum. But I don't know, man. There are two big wants out of the Lions fandom. I think what you really come down to is a hard divide between offensive line in the first round, specifically offensive tackle in the first round, and defensive end in the first round. I think there are two camps that are really pounding that table. And depending on which way we go, in the first round, if you go defensive end, then most of us are going to be shitting in our hats, hoping and wishing that someone like Finkel as Einhorn falls to us at 50. You know what I'm saying? Which is less and less a possibility now as we watch these tackles just climb up and up the draft. The bitch of it is, fellas, is that the two positions that we desperately need are two of the better positions in this class as far as the top 50 are concerned. Well, the top 50 ends with the Detroit Lions at 20, man. We ain't got no third-round pick, dude. We ain't got no third-round pick. It's going to be tight, man. It's going to be tight. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a little bit of a twist and turn, but we'll figure it out, dude. We'll get there, dude. Don't forget that we will be live, of course, Thursday night of the first round, a little pre-draft, pre-game show, pre-draft coverage, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of an extra hangout with you guys, similar to our digital tailgate that we had before the games on Sunday during the regular season. That brings us to the 11 o'clock hour, guys. I want to say a big shout out to each and every one of you who bothered to engage, dropped a comment down below. Holy shit, I just realized that I haven't had this on the live chat this whole time, dude. Damn, fellas, my bad. Shit. Sorry, guys. Manu crushes offensive tackle, and, oh, that's right. It's Uar Bernard. I kept calling, Ubu Boo Boo. Is drafted all-pro rookie D lineman playing football for the first time. Then monkeys will fly out of my ass. Yeah, Brent, I hear you, dude. But it sounds awesome. Exactly, dude. It sounds absolutely awesome, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude. Yep, and I'll believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet. I'll believe that when my shit turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet. You guys up to some shenanigans? Just playing some shenanigans? If one of you says shenanigans one more time, I'm firing. I'm going to shove my foot up your ass or something like that. And they're like, oh, hey, Farva! Hey, Farva! What's that place you like to go to with all the goofy shit on the walls? Oh, you mean shenanigans? Which, isn't shenanigans also the name of the restaurant from Waiting? Damn. It's all connected. All right, fellas, have a good rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Make sure that you hit the like button on your way out the door. Share this around with all your friends. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I want to appreciate everybody over on Rumble watching. Hit the like button. Everyone over on YouTube watching. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. And Kick, I don't know if there's a like button over there, but I do see. I know you guys are watching because the number keeps going up. Graph go up. Look at us go. So I want to draft Uar Bernard. I don't care if he is a Mono 2.0. He's a monster freak of freaks. That's fair, dude. If we can get him at the 4th round, I'm on board with that. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Till tomorrow at 10 a.m. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. We'll see you then. Bonga bonga. Frig off.